Hi, you're going to feel fear in whatever you do. And the more fearful you are, the more of it you will attract. Fear can be very limiting and very dangerous. It can actually potentially harm you. Tend to stay in your comfort zone and not try out new things, make new efforts, take up new challenges. Fear can make you very inhibited and very laid back. It can stop you from doing so many things and stop you from achieving your full potential. Hey everybody, this is Vandana from New Delhi, India. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it may be for you there. Today I'm going to talk a little about what is fear and how you can overcome it. So some fears are inherent. For example, you may be scared of heights, you could be scared of darkness, you could be scared of spiders, you could be scared of closed spaces, you could be scared of escalators. Then there are some fear that you get through experiences. Let me tell you a little story. When I was a child, I was walking on the street one day and a huge dog sort of jumped over me and attacked me. I was terrified of dogs after that and I wouldn't go near any of them. My parents saw this fear and they got me a small pup home. Didn't work out. I was still very scared. I would never go near the pup, stay away from the pup, and just be scared all the time. Slowly, I started getting used to the dog. He started growing up and started playing around and started eating everything lying around. So I sort of started getting used to the pup. Then my friends came over, they would play with the pup, and they seemed to be having a lot of fun, and they used to pet him and they used to take him on walks and things like that. So I also decided to be brave and sort of started touching, petting, playing with the dog. And soon became the best of friends. And after that, our house was always full of dogs. So it was basically something that I was scared of. I learned how to overcome. Another thing that I have been scared of is roller coasters. I simply don't have a head for heights. And as a child, I never sat on a roller coaster. When my kids were little young, we went to Orlando for a holiday. And there was this huge roller coaster there, and my kids were insisting that I join them on that. It looked very scary, very frightening, and I really didn't want to go on that. But just seeing that the kids wanted to go, I went with them. And while they were screaming with joy, my eyes were shut and I was screaming with terror. But again, my kids wanted to do it once more, and once more, and I had to follow them. So I did get rid of my fear of roller coasters, but if you tell me now to do it again, I'm sure I wouldn't. So I got over the fear of the dog. I got over the fear of roller coaster through exposure therapy. So the way to overcome these kind of small fears is like doing more of it and getting over it. Making a video is something similar. So just do it once, twice, thrice, and ultimately, hopefully, I will succeed. So that's my hope for that. Now, there are some other types of fears which cannot go by exposure therapy, and maybe we need to do something else to deal with them. One of these fears which I had was, let me tell you a small story. When I was a child, we were living in a small town called Jodhpur. And that is the time India-Pakistan had a war. And in India, suddenly there was a curfew and we heard sirens. We were told to shut off all the lights and, just stay safe. We learned that it was a war going on, and to stay safe, they dug trenches outside the house. And whenever there was a siren, we were supposed to run in the trenches, hide there, so that we don't get bombed directly. Now that was something very scary, and somebody got bitten by a snake in one of those trenches. So my mother was very scared for us to go in the trenches. And so what we used to do is we had high beds, and my younger brother and sister and I and my mother, we used to get under the bed, sleep under the bed, because when a bomb falls, apparently, if there's little chance of it hitting you directly, but if it hits you directly, then you're gone anyway. But if it hits something else, the more fear is of the walls falling down. So it was thought that just going under the bed and being there was safer than just being outside. So while it was a very, very scary time, and it was, we were very scared of what is happening. There were all these fighter planes, fighter jets flying overhead, and a very, very scary time. But just getting under the bed, lying down there with our dogs and mother, and telling each other stories, it was something which really bonded us together, helped us get over the fear of being in such a terrifying situation, and we learned to sort of deal with it. I saw another war again. This was in Afghanistan. We were there from 1975 to 79, and I was in school at that time. While Afghanistan was a very beautiful and trouble-free country from 75 to 78, and we really enjoyed ourselves as children. Uh, in 1978, the ruler was overthrown, and there was a whole sort of change in regime, and overnight we could. It was total chaos in the country. We were in school at the time this happened, and we were actually locked up in school. We couldn't go out. Nobody was allowed on the streets. There were tanks and armored cars on the street. So after school, we had to stay back for almost 12 hours. It was an Indian school. So the embassy took some special permissions, and the school bus could go with followed by a tank and an armored car. It was quite a challenging time and quite terrifying, a little exciting also because you felt you were in the middle of a war movie, but very terrifying and very scary because we were all also scared of what is happening to our parents because we couldn't get in touch with them. And the parents couldn't call up the school, so it was a tough time for everybody. So war is something which I think I have never been able to get off my fear of, and it is something which we can sort of handle just by making light of it, and if ever in such a situation, try to make the best of it. But I guess one cannot really overcome this fear. Another fear which I think it is very difficult to overcome is fear of losing a loved one. And this is again something which I felt because during the India-Pakistan war, my father was in the government and he was busy managing the office and managing other things, so he was not at home with us. We were always scared for his safety, of being alone without him and scared of losing him. And even in Afghanistan, he was posted in a very remote area called Badakhshan. And after 78, there were a lot of small incidents that used to happen. And once his car came, it was all riddled with bullets. So it was scary, and we used to feel scared for him. When I got married, we moved to UK, and my two children were very young there. My husband, he was going on a tour to India, and as it so happened, he passed away. He passed away at the age of 43 years, which is really no age for anyone to not be there. And it was a tough, terrifying time for us. We were afraid, and I didn't really know what to do because I was not working at that time, and my kids were so young that they couldn't really understand what was happening. We came back to India, and I looked for a job here, and I started working here in a normal 9 to 5 corporate job, which normally in India works out to 9 to 9. And the kids had to get used to being without their father, without there's a change of country, there's a change of language, and they've got to get used to new school, new friends, new everything, new language, new curriculum. It was very different. And it was a big challenge for me. It was a big challenge for my kids, but we somehow made through it. And today, thankfully, both of them are grown up in colleges in US and doing well. So it has come out well, but we have to overcome our fears and sort of move forward in life, because life is not always steady. There are ups and there are downs, and we need to find out how to raise up the troughs and go overcome the troughs, and sort of make our lives better. So whatever fear you have as a single mother, I brought my kids up as a single mother for nearly 13 years. Last 13 years I have been as a single mother, and it's been challenging. It's been challenging but very worthwhile, because I really had good times with my kids. And I would suggest that if you have any challenges in your life, just take life as it comes. Believe in yourself, go ahead, move forward, and keep going. Just keep going. And to women, I would like to also add that one should always, whether women or men, should always be financially independent. It's good to have a job, but it just takes away so much of your time. All my life, I was very, very scared to leave my job, because my two kids were dependent on it. Our livelihood was dependent on it. Now that they've gone to college, I can actually now think of starting a business, doing something online, following my passions, and doing something else. Earlier, there used to be just no time. And I think even if we are in a 9-to-5 kind of a job, it is worthwhile to consider some amount of passive income, how you can create some passive income and overcome the fear of being financially dependent on anybody. Thank you for watching or listening. I hope this content has helped you in some way, motivated you, inspired you, triggered off some new ideas, got you out of a rut, or simply entertained you. I have been a single mom of two kids for the last 13 years, and I was too scared to leave my job. I have worked in the corporate world for almost 2.5 decades. And this year I've decided to take the plunge and start my own online digital business. If you would like to follow me, please connect with me on my blog vandanananda.com, vandananda.com, or just click on the link below. Thank you, and let's meet again. Bye-bye.